Hi everybody, this is Debbie with Cool Cats Art. Thank you for joining my channel today. And I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to it. If you pick up something, I am trying to post videos on a fairly regular basis. My channel is somewhat new. I'm wanting to just help some folks with some things I've learned. And today we're doing a 12-inch round balloon with, I've mixed up a number of custom colors for this pour today because I didn't really have on hand exactly what I wanted. So we'll go through those. And this is the order in which I'm going to put them down on the canvas too. This is, I call it my homemade nickel azo gold. It's kind of sort of like it. It is a combination of burnt sienna and orange. The burnt sienna is Liquitex, the orange is Amsterdam, and it does have that sort of azo gold, nickel gold look to it. Then I have a combination, I made a custom yellow. This is a combination of this little piggy Techno with Liquitex Cad medium yellow. It's quite bright because that Techno color from TLP is a neon color. Then the third one rather, is a combination of Liquitex lime green and bright yellow green. I wanted a green in here, but I didn't want quite as dark as a lime green gets, so I just mixed these two. It's quite a brilliant green on the yellowish side, and I think that'll be fine. And then I've got Liquitex Brilliant Purple, kind of a violet color. Then I've got TLP Lagoon, probably one of my favorite colors. It's thickening up pretty good on me. I might have to thin that one out a little bit before I use it. And then I've got Liquitex Brilliant Blue, Bright Brilliant Blue, I think it's called. So I've got a mixture of pigments and different tube paints. And let me thin out this little piggy one before I get started because it's acting a little thick on me. I'm just going to thin it out with just a few drops of Minwax polyacrylic. My pouring medium that I'm using today is a Valspar product, and I'll list the exact can specifications, the number and everything in the comments below. And all that good stuff. I'm using a Glidden paint for the pillow paint today, and I'll list that exact can number in the description box as well. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so let's get started here. Oh, in my cell activators today, I'm using an Amsterdam turquoise with an Amsterdam lamp black, putting both of them down. I like to use two if I can at one time. And I'm mixing them with Australian Floetrol, 3 to 1. 3 Australian Floetrols to 1 part paint. And here we go with the Glidden. Oops, I'm knocking my paint over before I start. We don't want to do that. Okay, here's our pillow. I'm just going to put a little bit down to begin with. I like to use this Glidden a lot as the pillow paint, but I also like the PPG Multi Pro. They are both really excellent paints to use for a pillow. I'm going to spread it just a little bit. You don't want too much pillow paint, but you don't want too little. I think that's enough for the colors to go down into. Okay, so let's start out with my homemade nickel azo gold. get a good stream going off the stick here. And next we're going with this very vivid custom yellow that I made. And we're going to go with this green custom color, and it's, I don't know why these paints are thickening up on me, so it seems like relatively quickly today. Can't figure that out. This is just a little too for me. Let me put a little bit, I'm going to actually put a tiny dash of Liquitex pouring medium in here to thin this out just a little bit. I primarily wanted this painting to have some green next to some purple because I love green next to purple. It can be a little hard to do because purple has a mixture of red and blue in it, and red and green will make mud. So it is a little risky putting them side by side like this, but we will see. There's that brilliant purple. And this brilliant purple, it's a very dense, very powerful color. And a little bit goes a long way. It will take over the canvas if you're not careful. And here's this TLP Lagoon. I love this color, but this is one of my favorite colors in any brand of paint. This, well, it's kind of a sea green color that I would refer it to. And I'm topping it with the Liquitex bright blue, brilliant blue. I'm thinking I'm going to have to put maybe another partial layer on top of this. It probably is enough paint on here to spread to the edges, but I'm not completely convinced of that. So what I'm going to do is put another layer of these last three colors in here, the brilliant purple, not that it's a bad thing if this paint doesn't spread all the way to the edges because it just leaves some negative space, and a lot of people want that deliberately anyway, so not a major deal breaker. But I kind of like this one to go all the way to the edges. And let's do another little light layer of Lagoon here. And then we'll put another layer of the blue. So it should have quite a bit of that bluish, purplish color to the majority of it. I'm hoping to keep the warmer colors, which went down first. It would be nice if they kind of stayed in the middle of the painting, but we'll see. Probably all depends on the blow. All right, that's still fairly centered. There's a lot of bubbles in that paint. Okay. I think what I need to do now is spread out this paint to the edges. This wooden canvas, I had scraped it because I did a pour on it I didn't like yesterday, and I scraped it off of here. So it's already got kind of a coating of paint, if you will, that's dried on the surface, which is fine. I have found sometimes these wooden canvases will let off their own, air bubbles. And sometimes they'll pop up through your painting, so it's not a bad idea to. And I've gone to lately a lot, just going ahead and priming them before I even start. That seems to help a lot. Okay, I don't want this spreading out much further, so let's go ahead and add our cell activators. I'm doing the blacks going down first. I don't want as much of it as I do the turquoise. And then I'm gonna put the turquoise, come back in with the turquoise right on top of that. And I'm gonna use a little more of the turquoise. Okay. Fire up my flat-faced hair dryer, which is oh so paint covered. So far, this is looking like a good painting. Cell has popped up really well in the center already, and it looks like a lot of it is spread to the outside too. So I'm gonna give it a little blow in the center here, try to sink some more of that cell activator. Oh yeah, looking good right now. Okay, let me get some of this paint out of the way. I've got quite a bit of it left over. Gracious enough to do another pour, which is a good thing. I like using the black with the turquoise cell activator because the black outlines the cells really good and defines them. I like it much better than using the black alone. I'm gonna give this just a real quick torch, and then we're gonna spin it because I think it's gonna be quite nice. Loads and loads of cells, especially in the middle. And for the most part, those warmer colors did stay more to the middle, and that's good. I think I'm gonna need just a little bit more pillow paint over here on some of these edges. I really want this to go over the edges. I think there's plenty of paint on here. It's already, from just my blow, more than 3/4 across the canvas here, so I don't think we're going to have any problem with that. Okay, let's give it a spin now, because it looks beautiful just as it is. And back the other way. I like to spin it both ways. That keeps the paint more evenly distributed. And one more time this way. Oh, it's lovely. I love a colorful bloom. Let's see how I'm doing about getting it over my edges, because I don't want to spread it out much further. I think that's good right there. What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of some of the colored paint and go around the edges where it's not quite I just don't want to spread it out any further. That's the thing. Because it's oh so nice right now. And I'll just take a little palette knife and scoop up some of this paint that's rolled off and just finish up the edges with that. This probably wouldn't even be necessary if I had gone around and buttered up entirely the edges before I spun it. I was so anxious to start the spin that I didn't do that. But it's okay. We'll just spread this out a little bit and it should be fine and dandy. I like pouring on a solid surface, these wooden canvases, much more than the stretch canvases, and primarily because the paint doesn't puddle up in the middle quite as bad. The paint on these, particularly these blooms, because there's so much paint on the canvases, will have a tendency to make the stretch canvases sag in the middle, and that obviously creates a problem when you're getting ready to spin it. It's going to puddle up here and there. Okay. Put just a bitty drop of yellow right there. A bitty drop of yellow right here. Come on. Perfect. Okay. And the gentlest of spins, just to kind of make that extra paint that I just put along the edges flow down just a little bit. Okay. And that looks good around the edges. I like it. I like it a lot, peoples. The cell structure in the middle is super nice. It's spreading out well to the edges. Still holding its shape pretty good all the way around. Okay, I think that looks really, really good. I'm going to bring you down for a closer look